Hey everybody, you haven't seen us in a while, and a lot has happened since we last did a video. Hugo, if you don't follow us on Twitter, Hugo passed away, and it was quite sudden. A quick downturn for his health. He was almost 16. Rudiger was almost 15.
We got them at the same time.
So within a year, I don't want to put too much time into this because I've told the story on Twitter, and I don't want to make these videos super sad, but we've been very, very, very sad. Yeah. But we're feeling a bit better now. It's been over a week, and it's been a healing process. And like I said, and Lisa's doing good.
Lisa's being a good girl.
The Lisa update.
You good? She's an only kitty now.
She's doing all right considering she's never known a life without her brothers around. And as I was saying, lots has happened. He's not here right now. But anybody who, again, follows us on Twitter has seen updates about a guy who would appear right here every so often. Is he over there?
He's over there.
No way.
Little buddy.
Shake the food then. See if he comes over. I thought he was gone.
No.
His name is Lester, and he started showing up. He's coming. He's coming.
Come on, little boy.
He started showing up about a month ago.
It was actually October, the end of October. Yeah.
And we started calling him Big Balls.
On account of his big balls.
Because he was unneutered. Come on up, bud. And we knew as soon as we saw him that we've been kind of wanting to deal with some neighborhood cats that are unneutered for a while now. But it's quite the process, like kind of winning their trust and like trying not to get arrested as you linger in front of people's houses in the neighborhood, trying to woo a cat over to you.
Hi, Lisa.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, buddy. I think that just fell off the roof. That's just a bit of moss. Here you go, pal.
Hi.
So when this guy started showing up around our house, we knew it was an opportunity to do some good and get his balls cut off.
Yeah.
It's the best deed I've ever done, cutting off a cat's balls. And so over the course of a couple months, we slowly won his trust. And he's staying back because he sees Lisa. He's like mostly wary of her.
Do you want some chow, my girl?
Maybe get some chow, and then we'll be able to get some really nice close-ups of him.
Okay. Do you want to keep hold of Lisa?
Yeah. I'll close the door so he comes up and starts eating his normal food.
Okay.
So, this is a really slow way to tell this Lester story, but over the course of a couple months, we got him to start coming up close, and eventually we were able to trap him with the help of a local vet who lives very close to us, gave us a trap, and within a couple hours we had him trapped, and we brought him over to her. And long story short, $500 later, he's neutered and he's had leg surgery. We weren't expecting it to be $500, but she made a judgment call. She said he would have died. He would have lost the leg, and if he had stayed outdoors, he definitely would have died.
It would have gotten gangrene. She said it was getting pretty bad.
He was already infected. We had noticed he had been injured.
It's okay, it's chow.
He likes this stuff.
Oops.
So anyways, we trap him, and she says like he should be looked after for a bit. We had already planned to try to make him an indoor cat. We thought that he was friendly enough with humans that he wasn't a full-blown feral. It didn't feel like he was born on the streets. It felt like he had spent some time with humans at some point in his life. His eye's looking pretty good today.
It is, actually.
He's had a gunky eye. And so we thought he had hope. And he is a gentle soul for an outdoor kitty who's been in some scraps. He's licking my finger right now. I've been able to pet him while he's on this stuff. He loves it.
Can you guys see the notch? That's how you know that kitties are neutered in Japan.
His
And
notch
some
is a little
places.
bit mangled right now. It looks like it's been weeping a bit, that notch. They take a little divot out of kitties that have been neutered so you know not to capture the ones that have already been neutered. So, anyways, we had noticed he'd had a leg injury. He'd been limping, and that's why we really thought it was urgent to finally capture him. And it turned out it was worse when she got underneath the fur. It was looking real bad. So she gave him antibiotics.
She took some pictures of it and showed it to us. It was really bad. Like another cat bit right into him.
What's that sound? Yeah, it took a chunk out of him. He's getting impatient and trying to do it one hand, bud.
Can I help?
No, it's all right.
Okay. I'm trying to do Lisa's slowly.
Lisa's getting some too. She's
Yeah.
she's at first hated this stuff or didn't understand it
Yeah.
coming out of a tube.
None of our cats really got it. Japanese cats get it right away.
And there's been some cultural barriers with him because he speaks Jap. Oh, he wants some more. He's coming right up to the camera. Hey, bud. This probably helps them get used to each other, eating right in front of each other like this. Mm-hmm. So
We actually had Lester in our basement.
we kept him in the basement for about 5 days?
No, it was 10.
Oh my God.
10 days he was in our basement, and multiple times a day, I would go and read to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he'd get used to the sound of people's voices and not be scared.
He's hearing people out there wondering what's going on. Sounds like a bunch of kids.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, buddy.
Well, all right, bud. We're gonna...
I mean, I have a bunch of chow left. Lisa just left.
Okay, I'll give him more chow. I feel bad taking his food away so early, but here's even more of your treat, bud. So, this has been a really long story. So he's whining and whining as he gets healthier and healthier, staying in our basement, and he's getting louder every night. Finally, one night, sadly, as Hugo was getting sicker, it was just too much for us. He was getting ridiculous. He broke out of the bathroom. So I opened the door and I said, "It's your choice, buddy." And it took him a while, but he finally decided to leave.
We had also waited until his stitches seemed like he would be okay in the wild. He could hold his own.
Yeah, and he seemed spry, hence the breaking out of the bathroom.
Yeah. Little bugger.
He's a little bugger, but he's got the cutest little high-pitched voice. The name Lester doesn't really match. All right, pal.
Oh, come
Sorry,
on,
buddy.
mate.
All right, bud, we're going to take your normal food away because we don't want to leave it out and attract other cats.
We only feed Lester.
So if you guys didn't see at the beginning of the video, he was over there just lounging on the patio, the neighbor's patio. They have like an outdoor day bed, and he just lays on it.
Don't you, buddy?
So our hopes were that we were going to try to make him domesticated, but he wasn't having it, and he just kept on getting louder and angrier, sort of, even though he was growing more comfortable with us every day. He was getting kind of going crazy. And I told the story on Twitter, but I thought maybe for this video, as we walk about our neighborhood, we'd tell the story of me. Oh, he's doing a big stretch here.
Oh, good buddy boy.
Hey, bud. Usually don't be scared. We usually don't follow him like this, but that night I followed him. He's really confused. He's like, "You don't come out here with me."
What the?
This is... So at 3 a.m., I walked out here, and so even though he left the house kind of apprehensively, he kind of like looked around and immediately like came up to every wall, every corner, and just started going the same high-pitched little squeal he had made in our house over
Every
and over.
night.
He just set the alarm through the whole neighborhood, just like. And so I followed him for just around these blocks here. I lost him a couple times, but he was so loud it was easy to find him again. He ended up coming out to the river and coming along these bushes. and going up to every one of them, kind of like darting in and out of the bushes, in behind them, smelling them, coming out, doing these little chirps again.
Little guy.
It was a very still night, so you could just hear him for so far, and so could all the neighborhood cats, because everywhere I went, I've never seen that many cats in our neighborhood, and it really gave me a perspective of how many there are in our neighborhood.
Were the good majority of them neutered and spayed, or?
I'd say half, but it was hard to tell with some of them.
Yeah.
So he'd walk along, he wasn't even paying any attention to me. Just running along here, as loud as he could be. Again, the voice is kind of what did us in. We were trying to get sleep at night, trying to care for Hugo, as we didn't know what was wrong with Hugo.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to stress Hugo out anymore, so we kind of didn't, I don't want to say gave up on him, but we just didn't have the mental fortitude to keep him up as a project. But as I continue my story here, you'll kind of understand that it ended up being a good thing.
Yeah.
As he came around here, somehow I lost him again. He stopped making noise and went into those bushes. And I walked all the way up here. And around this corner, around these bushes, were two tomcats. Like, actually, I'd say one was a big tomcat. One was a big, beefy, white boy.
Big bully.
He was a big bully of a cat, and then a little crony of his was sitting next to him. And they were just crouched right here, and you could tell, like, they heard him coming from a mile away. And they were just waiting for him here as he came through these bushes. And I'm seeing Lester approach, and I'm so scared because Lester's not a big boy.
No.
And he's just got that little high-pitched voice, and he kind of like,
He can't tell people to back off.
he kind of deserves to be beat up in some ways with that voice. So he comes out, and these guys are like, "Rrrr." And then he like stops dead in his tracks, and then he just kind of like makes his little like, and they let him pass, thankfully. And he just slinked past them at the corner here, and they watched him just growling the whole time.
Oh. Fraser was scared he was going to have to step in.
Yeah. And then Lester came along here, hopped up on here, walked along here. I'm making it sound like a direct route, but like he darted, like he would backtrack and then go forward again and backtrack. He was clearly searching for something. Like, I feel like his ability to get past those bullies was his mission. And he kept calling out. And I think he went down here for a while, down this one. But he went to a place with a dead end, so it wasn't exactly here. No,
right,
it's
it
around
was
the other place.
I didn't come with Fraser. I was sleeping.
Yes, Becky went to sleep because it was 3 a.m.
I was like,
And-
I don't know, man. Do your thing.
Like I said, we hadn't been getting very much sleep in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like going into backyards, poking in and about, and I'm trying to not look like some creepy peeping Tom as I follow him, like hanging out in the neighborhood, trying to act busy on my phone, kinda. I think, yeah, he kind of like went around here. Why have I lost where he went? This neighborhood's not that big.
Yeah, right?
It's down here. Yes, it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. The point is, to be more succinct, I mean, the Twitter thread is succinct. He would get, like, I think he met about 7 or 8 cats close up. I saw probably a total of like 15 cats. And some of them would growl at him, some would kind of look scared themselves, the littler ones, which is funny because like Lester is not threatening. And eventually he hears this, like, I hear this like meow coming from a dark lot, and it's not these ones. I don't think we went far enough to, yeah, is it up here? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys. And I hear the meow, and I'm like looking at Lester like, buddy. And he's just like, he's not hearing it. He's just talking to these other cats. And then I hear it again, and it's getting closer, this meow. And finally he perks up because he hears it, and he just stops talking. And he's like, and like runs down to this corner here and starts searching. And finally I see a cat up on this wall and just sitting there, and Lester doesn't see him, but he's looking, and he finally sees him, and you could tell he was just elated.
Oh.
He had found his buddy who looked a lot like him. I'll link the Twitter thread because it's got some footage of the meeting. It's bad quality, but he spent a lot of time down this street. But he finally comes here and he meets his buddy, and they rub their faces together, which is, I think, a kitty kiss.
Yeah. And then did he kind of calm down after that?
He stopped making any sounds anymore.
Oh, that was his buddy.
So that's what he had been calling out for, even though in the basement he was happy with all the food. I think he was happy with the warmth. He was getting more comfortable with us all the time.
Yeah,
but
like he was kind of cool with the attention.
he would lay down and kind of just close his eyes as Becky read to him and stuff. Like he seemed happy until night came, and he would always just go nuts.
Yeah.
He just wanted out, and he was just looking for his friend.
He was like in a panic the last night. Like he needed to do something. He needed to find his friend.
Yeah.
And he has another little friend that we call Little Ovaries.
Big balls and little ovaries.
Because she has been spayed. But they seem like buddies too. And so I think maybe he was looking for her also.
She bops him on the head. She thinks she can get some food from our place too, and she knows that he comes here to eat, so she comes by looking. But we don't want to make our house a feeding trough for cats. It'll piss off maybe neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty. There's so much to say, guys. It snowed yesterday again.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nearly as nice as...
It's so funny that we've done so few of these videos, but 3 of them were in snow.
Right? It's very rare instance.
That's gorgeous.
Also, the clouds are very pretty right now. So today, now that I've told you the story of Lester and the sad, I don't want to go into the long details of Hugo's story, but you can follow that on Twitter too.
And also, I guess one thing about Hugo passing and Lester sort of coming into our lives is I think it's a good thing for Lisa, because
it's distracted her.
Yeah, she's not entirely alone. She has like little visits from her kitty friend.
Yeah, she's very preoccupied with looking at the window. What are these guys doing up here? They're collecting snow.
I bet they'll make a snowball and carry it around. That's a big thing.
They're doing their best here, but there's not much to gather. It's kind of... Oh, they're just putting it in the river? Sure, why not?
Just being good Samaritans.
So we thought maybe today we're just going to take it easy, as we have been trying to give ourselves personal care, and we did a lot of walking after Hugo passed in the neighborhood, but I guess we wanted to show you the neighborhood since you still haven't seen it in the sun. Like we went out on that snowy day.
True, eh?
And I want you to see it when it's all dead. As our neighbor says, everything's dead.
Cute skitty.
Because it won't be long before all of this starts to pop. And I'm talking plum blossoms, man.
Yeah, baby.
And this tree is our canary in the coal mine, in more positive terms. This one, this is the harbinger of spring for us. When these buds start to break, we know spring is coming.
This is one of my favorite trees in all of Tokyo.
This particular one's getting there.
Yep, it's thinking about it.
There's some over here too. So this one, this is plum blossoms, and these are a darker, richer pink than cherry blossoms, which Japan is famous for.
Y'all, I like plum blossoms better than cherry blossoms.
Maybe a little bit, because
They
Plum-
come earlier.
plum blossoms come earlier, so you definitely welcome. Yeah, these are coming.
Yeah.
I would give it. Do you want to take like
Yes.
a poll
Yep.
or like a?
I say 2 weeks.
You're saying 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Becky and I often disagree on when.
Do you say 2 days?
I'm gonna say like in a couple hours.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah. You
these
think
are
they're
gonna
just
come
gonna
out.
explode? We should just wait here. Hey, check it.
Oh, geez, I didn't even see that. Guys, that one's a little premature, I think. A little early. But there you go. This one's coming.
So what's your prediction?
Well, since I just saw that one, I'm going to give it, given this, like, well, you guys heard me tell you about how when snow comes in Tokyo, the saying is that spring has come. I'm going to say that last one didn't count. This is the one that really
Yeah.
says spring is coming, this snowfall here.
According to 72 Seasons, this today is first spring
This is the first spring. Then
season. Yep.
rainy season comes, right? And then second spring? Or is that, what do they
No,
think second
it's
spring
like
is?
quite a while away, rainy season.
Okay.
I mean, seasons is 72 for 365 days of the year, so
What is second spring then if first spring?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a week?
You think a week? Okay,
Yeah.
so today is February 10th, maybe? All right, so you think the 17th? Ooh, I'm kind of iffy about my 2-week prediction. Think it's too far away,
Now
but
you're gonna be nervous
I am.
every
Who
day.
usually wins?
I think I win most.
I think I usually win.
Oh, okay. So today is also a holiday.
Yeah.
It's a lame one, according to Becky.
National Foundation Day or something.
Like the foundation of the nation.
Yeah.
So,
So like Canada Day,
right.
kind of. And in like normal years, I guess they go to, there's like a big celebration at Meiji Jingu Shrine in Yoyogi, and high school bands get together and they have like a competition. But I don't think they're doing it COVID years. But it's a Friday and people are out and about.
Let me do a paranoia check on our mics.
It is very hard to tell. Yes,
Yeah.
yours is.
Yeah, I think yours is too.
Okay.
I don't know, I just don't want, I really think these videos have been great because of the mic quality. Being
Yeah.
able to hear us talking. When we started doing videos a couple years ago, that was one of the things, was like, what do I do? Put music over it? Or like, I can't edit 2-hour-long montages, that would take me a month. But like, we didn't have good audio for our voices to be over it. I'm very happy with these mics now. Becky, look at all the people.
Are they playing baseball? Yeah, they're playing
Look at
baseball.
all the people in the river even.
Wow, yeah.
It is a holiday.
So desu ne.
So we thought maybe today we would take you to our park again.
Yeah.
These aren't, like, these videos aren't entertaining. I don't know what to say. And we don't intend to try to make them entertaining.
Maybe.
You're gonna come to our park a lot is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
Like,
Maybe you guys just feel like hanging out a little bit.
I'll pop a quick look at these kids in the schoolyard without spying on kids or anything. Oh, they're practicing baseball.
See,
What?
friggin' February 10th, and they're playing baseball. They play it like all year round. It's so good.
When we first moved here, this place was under construction, so this is actually quite new for us. Like, seeing activity in this school is
Yeah.
really neat. They even have like a banner up over there for their team name or something.
God, I want to play baseball.
This isn't actually the route I want to take.
Oh, really?
though.
Okay.
I wanted to go this way. It's cool though. you pop my hat on my head?
Of course.
So the other thing I've been thinking about with these videos too, we're gonna get to a point where like we're doing them kind of casually now, right now. But when the cherry blossoms come,
Edith's?
is you tell me.
Yep, you
Okay.
look cute
All right.
and handsome.
When the cherry blossoms come, guys, we're probably gonna get exhausted doing these videos.
Oh
but
my god, yeah.
like we're gonna go out like every day. I want to show you guys many different spots.
It's a lot. Like when we first moved here, like our first cherry blossom year, Fraser was a madman. Like every single day.
I had never seen something so pretty.
Yeah.
It was
But now
amazing.
I'm so thankful because we only had 2 cherry blossom years before freaking COVID.
COVID has been a real nice break from all that fun. You know? But when the cherry blossoms come, guys, we're gonna take you to different places, like obviously our area, and that's part of why I want to show you this today, is because you're seeing it while it's dead, and then you'll be able to see the contrast when it gets all cherry blossomy. Where else could we take them? Like, would you want to go back to Meguro, the classic?
I mean, for cherry blossoms?
I think it's a very interesting place to look at. It's not our cup of tea.
Yeah,
exactly.
Could be cool to show, I suppose.
It shows a really nice, I think, contrast of, oh, we should go up here.
This is my library.
It shows a real nice contrast of city life with that kind of peaceful life too.
It does.
Meguro-ku.
Guys, if you want to know what the smell is right now, it's Listerine.
They can't, oh, okay. I thought you were saying if you want to know what that smell is that you're smelling. It's
Guys, you smell that? It's like Listerine.
This is Becky's library.
This is my library. I go and I get 3 books. I get 1 English novel. I get 1 cooking book. And I get 1 other one that's just kind of fun, like often like a sumo book, or like maybe they have piano sheet music, so I get that.
What's this thing up here for? Did you ever find out?
Nope.
It's a hand statue.
Showa 61, October.
And one other note
No idea.
is here's yet another Docomo station. You're just gonna always hear us. We can't say enough about biking in Tokyo. And if you come to Tokyo, seriously consider having a little jaunt on these bikes. And we'll do, once again, we will do, check the battery first, of course. We'll do a dedicated video where we step you maybe through the process. There's another company called Hello Cycling with bigger bikes than these little ones that tend to be in better condition. So yeah, that's Becky's library.
I love it.
Maybe one day we'll go inside a Japanese library and show you around in there.
This is like a little one. It's not the greatest.
That's what's kind of speed walk up here.
They have umeboshi in there, in that shop over there.
There's a shop?
I guess.
That's not a shop though.
I don't know. It says they have umeboshi and they're open.
On the right, up, coming up is
we don't need to talk about it.
is a pool. An outdoor pool that's only open like two months a year.
Yeah.
Which is kind of silly to me because they only open for the hottest month, even though pool-like weather starts in like 2 months from now. But
I was so excited because I absolutely adore swimming. But I've gone like twice. I have gone twice.
It's not really a pool you go to do laps though, is it? It's just full of kids.
It is full of kids. I was able to do laps. They do have kind of a sectioned off area. It's just, swimming in Japan is really difficult. Like, you have to cover your tattoos, you have to take out all of your piercings.
That sounds really lame.
You can't bring anything in with you. You have to wear a swim cap and goggles. Generally, you're supposed to wear a one piece.
Hey, well, let's go back this way.
Really?
Because I don't like this street. I don't like any street with loud cars. Plus, there's a different entrance.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that.
Well, duh.
There's a different entrance over here, remember?
That's true, yes.
Yeah, I try to keep you guys away from those streets. They do exist in Japan. Cars do need to get from point A to point B, and there are slightly more busy streets. We personally avoid them whenever possible.
Yeah,
and it's
I do.
easy to do, avoiding them.
However, you end up with a lot of dead ends. You just gotta learn the roads.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with meandering your way through Tokyo. If you don't have a time limit on where you're going.
And we try never to have a time limit. If and when we do, we give ourselves like 3 hours. Like if we have to go downtown for something and we're biking.
Kind of annoying that the sun's going away. It's been so sunny all the way up until like the moment we started. It's just kind of popping behind the clouds every so often.
Yeah. So yesterday we got 5 centimeters of snow. Which is quite a bit for
That was the
Tokyo.
minimum they were expecting, right?
Yeah. They were guessing between 5 and 10 here.
So our park, where almost everything is dead, but we have a surprise.
That tree that's alive.
That tree no, that's not the
That's not the surprise.
mud. We actually do have a bit of a mud problem in this part of the park every
true.
year.
It's okay though because I got my shit kickers on so I can walk in the muddy parts.
That's what Becky calls her boots.
And Fraser hates it, so I insist on calling it the more.
Yeah,
My intonation was weird for that sentence.
yeah, I have no idea how that ended. My thoughts were on going down the lake again to show the sunny days.
Oh,
And I'm just thinking about how, like, the sun is just trying to pop out. If that cloud would just move.
come on, baby. It's
moving.
moving.
It's moving at a good clip, actually.
Yeah.
I just burned my retinas out looking at it.
Oh dear.
Navigate us through this mud, please. Ugh. Ew.
If you're going on a hike
There.
and you have waterproof boots on, you should always walk through the mud puddles so that because
People
everyone
know
else
how cool you are.
no, because everybody else is going the other way and it will erode
Oh, okay.
and make problems later. So you're helping the earth by evening it out.
Oh, this place smells good today.
It does.
They're making something. I've been thinking about whether, like, on our videos, in the description or in the title, it should say something happens in this video or nothing happens in this video, just so people know going in.
Are you thirsty or anything?
No, I'm good. You know, it's not as many kids as I expected for a holiday.
Me too.
These kids are playing stick swords up ahead on the hill on the right. One of them has a mohawk.
Wow. That is badass.
These kids are bad. sun's coming back. Yay. Look at these guys.
Oh my god. Just swinging a big stick around.
Just one of them.
Dude, you should... Oh, you can't get a mohawk.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a mohawk.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so when kids aren't trying to bludgeon each other, our park has pretty things in it.
Yeah! Like plum blossom.
This is the big surprise, everybody.
Ooh, a thing did happen.
So this little garden has a lot of cherry blossoms, but 2 or 3 trees bloom a bit earlier than the other ones.
This is a butterfly garden.
Yeah, well, look at this first, maybe.
So says the sign.
This just got put up a couple weeks ago. Butterfly garden. And they put up these little things. That's pretty cute, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like the blossoms are already touching the ground, huh?
What?
Can you smell them? No. I just took the mask down to see.
Plum blossoms do have a sweet smell. That's what I like most about plum blossoms.
No, I'm
too.
catching whiffs.
Yeah, it might be.
Just when I bent down there, I could smell it.
Cherry blossoms do not have a scent. Plum blossoms do. Plum blossoms are brighter pink in color. They come earlier.
Let's see if I can get maybe to the sunny side and get a better shot.
The one thing that cherry blossoms have that plum blossoms don't, though, is with plum blossoms, one bud creates one flower.
Oh.
Whereas cherry blossoms will like cascade.
I didn't even know that.
And did you know that plum blossoms, plum trees do produce plums?
Yeah, how come I never see that though?
Because it happens in June and July. And a lot of the plum trees are ornamental.
That's when I vacation in Cabo.
Exactly.
She's doing some art. And you'll see that a lot in Shakujii Koen.
Pretty.
Artists just to kind of set up and sketch or paint. Sometimes they have easels, often in big groups of Oji-sans and Oba-sans.
This guy's here again.
Oh, this guy is a great setup coming up on the right.
He has like a snuffkin hat from Moomins.
Basically, yeah, we're pretty sure it's a snuffkin hat.
That's what he's trying to do, but that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, he's got a pretty pro setup.
Yeah. Oh my god, amazing.
Ah, kirei.
そうですね。
Kirei. Konnichiwa.
はい。そうですね。
はい。
雪があったんですけど溶けてきてなくなっちゃったら、雪がある時に。
はいはい。
It was there earlier. わかります。
It's funny how your landscape can change in the middle of painting it.
He was just saying that the snow was there earlier and that's why it's in his painting. It was there before.
I swear. So I think those are the only plum blossoms we have in our park, eh?
Yeah, in this park here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't very, I was expecting holiday.
Yeah, me too.
Nice weather. You were going to see this packed. I'd say it's, Becky and I don't understand.
Guys,
Every time we think things are going to be busy, they aren't. And then
there's
days.
a secret calendar we don't know
Yeah,
about.
we'll go out on a Tuesday that's not even a holiday, but like every single person is out for some reason and there's no traffic on the roads. And then we'll go out on like a Sunday thinking it'll be lazy and stuff, and then like the roads are packed and like it's a work day almost we didn't hear about.
Yeah.
It's weird. Anyways, this is still, there's a decent number of people.
One thing that's, I don't know, different, I suppose, is on Sundays, it's Daddy Day. So dads take the kids out and will often like go to the park and play with them.
It's a Japanese thing. Daddy Day.
You
Or I
can
guess-
think of it positive or negative.
Well, I say it's Mommy Day. If Mommy was the one home with the kids all week,
Right, she gets the day off.
it's her day.
Yeah.
But you could also think of it as just as the state or the working parent day with the kids. It's
Yeah.
like tradition for a Sunday to be spent like that.
Yeah.
Typical family structures are breaking down even in Japan though. A little slower maybe than in the West, but
It smells like earth now.
so this is, yeah, I'm glad to show you guys the park on a day like this. You saw it in the snow. And this is what it looks like in the winter. The majority of the day is sunshine and people just sitting on these benches soaking it up over the water.
Yeah.
You can walk ahead there, Beck.
Okay.
I'll follow you.
Even though like everything is dead, there's still so much green. Like it's wild.
There's lots of, what do you call that? Deciduous? What is it called when it stays green?
Evergreen
Evergreen is,
is the easy word.
I think that's to do with pine, but anyways. Maybe go along the path here so I don't have to walk in any mud.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really neat seeing like such lush green stuff that is got snow at its base. And even this grass stays green.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Special grass? That ain't legal here. The special grass.
So this bench, like, I've never really paid attention to them, but it looks like it might have like a dedication.
Or like a sponsor.
Kodomo tachi no, like, children's something. And then it's to the parents, or from the parents. This is my favorite bench.
Oh, it's got a nice, the babbling water.
And the view of the, like, structure across the water.
This area, when it starts to get more lush, this looks real pretty. I guess you could say that still looks pretty now, but I won't lie to you guys, I much prefer the lush season, but I still think that if I'm gonna have winter, sunny winter is
Oh my gosh.
quite a nice thing to have.
I will accept this.
Sun's popping behind again.
Oh,
Oh, there's a heron over there.
yeah. There might be two.
Be hard to pick up on this camera, but the birds are starting to come back, aren't they?
Yep. Nibiki. Two birds.
Do you want to double back to the other part of the park?
Sure.
Guys, we'll be taking you through here just so many times maybe. If you'll watch it, we'll keep shooting it. But I suppose that's a little bit the appeal of these videos. We're not in particular doing anything. Where'd you want to go? We're just living a life in Japan, and this is what it would be like if you were to have us have an urban life in Japan. Just having little trips outdoors.
I just think this is really cool. Like, it's the birds of this pond, and it has like little pictures of each of them, and it has some information about them.
Oh, Becky has a funny definition of really cool.
You don't think that's really cool?
I'm gonna give it a neat.
Okay. Look at that. That's so pretty.
Yes, it is.
The row of trees like that.
One of these, I learned something about our park since we started doing these videos. I looked it up. I started to think, like, maybe I should know a bit more if I'm gonna show people around. And one of these trees, or maybe some of these trees, but one in particular has a plaque around here that's like a super old tree. I don't know which one it is though. It could be
This one.
Is it this one? Does it have a plaque in front of it? It might be this one. This might be it. Metasequoia. Metasequoia. Wait.
Is that
That's
the
like a
name of
North American name, doesn't that sound native?
Maybe.
Nerima no
Okisa de, the size of it.
Nerima no name tree. Famous tree.
Oh.
So this is Narima's famous tree.
All right. There we go.
From 2080. Guys,
That is so old.
I'm like a local tour guide who knows a lot.
You are. You are like that. How tall is it, Fraser?
2.3 meters tall.
No.
Oh, 22?
There you go.
Okay.
How wide is it, Fraser?
22 meters, 22.3.
Yeah. What? You're so learned. We found it.
Yeah. So it's, I guess I'll show the actual tree instead of just its plaque. But, I mean, you know, I've seen prettier trees, but definitely it's very pretty in the summer. We'll come back and see it at its best.
Okay. 22 meters tall. We have way bigger trees in Vancouver, I'm not gonna lie. In Cathedral Grove, oh, gorgeous.
Japan has some pilgrimages you can make to see some extremely old trees, which is funny because I just looked at one from 1280 and I'm not impressed. But they have, like, I think what they think is the oldest tree in the world. You have to hike pretty far to see it. There's a caveat with that claim, and I forget what it is. I think it's not living.
Oh.
It's like the oldest still standing tree, but it's technically dead.
Okay.
Or something. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to teach you guys because you'll get it wrong on your exam.
Yeah.
And it'll be because of me. The oldest tree in Japan, an essay by Melvin Dorkman.
Oh,
Source this YouTube video. There's an old tree in Japan.
It may be dead.
It may be dead. It may be not. Melvin, you fail again. Alright, look. These are supposed to be calm videos. They don't need to be on. They're all looking up at something.
Kawasami?
Yeah. I just see a whole lot of little birds up there. I don't see any I don't see like a kingfisher or anything.
No. Me neither.
Honestly, guys, if you want to play a prank in Japan and get everybody just staring up at the sky, you just have to buy a $5,000 camera with a super big lens and just point it upward, and then you'll get everybody gathering around you.
Cool. Well, even better is like get two people to both do that and act like you're not together.
And then just be like, "Sugoi ne, sugoi, sugoi ne," and then, yeah.
And then everybody will be tricked.
Yeah, let's go to the other side of the park and maybe walk back towards the. Maybe give a preview of the big part of the river.
Okay.
Past the family now.
So this is gorgeous, this tree here with the vine going up around it. But I think the vine is actually strangling the tree, like it's killing it.
Vines are pretty, but they're kind of just like weeds, aren't they?
Yeah, a little bit. They're also toxic to, if it's ivy, toxic to animals, like cats and dogs, rabbits.
There's some ducks here. Just hanging out.
Yeah.
We used to call these Hugos.
I was just gonna say it.
Hugo, for some reason, the ducks really reminded us of Hugo.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're so kind of... They got this weird half grin on. Like they're so satisfied with life, and they're so kind of, I don't know, little jerks.
Yeah.
They kind of look like jerks.
Yeah, it's like, for me, something about the eyes.
The dark eyes. Hugo had dark eyes sometimes. Sometimes it looked like there was nothing going on in there.
Yeah, so we call them little Hugos.
I guess we'll go over here.
Sure.
I really hate that this place doesn't allow, like they're so ornery about cameras.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, I understand why. They, like, this is a very photogenic park, and I imagine they've had issues in the past of just rows of photographers trying to get beautiful shots.
Yeah.
Lingering, just sitting there, taking candid shots of people trying to just... It's a bummer because I'd like to do a video where we just went in and just have something and like kind of, but I don't want to be waving a camera around in there.
Yeah.
Maybe sometime soon maybe sometime we'll go in and have our treats that we like to have in there, and I'll just take some close-up shots of the food.
Yeah.
And the things we have.
Because we have done that actually before, just taken quick shots of our food, and we felt that was okay.
Yeah, of course it is. Everybody goes in with a phone. You see people doing it all the time.
Yeah.
And then I would just maybe put it, and then we could do a walk and talk about what we ate, and then I'd show the close-ups over the walk.
Cool.
That's a way to do it.
Yeah. What you looking at, buddy? Oh, just the little birds. This is like a very popular park for taking pictures of birds.
And catching bugs.
Oh my god, it's huge for catching bugs.
Guys, this is somebody's house just cut into the park like this.
Yeah,
It's just sitting here.
it's wild.
And they're like, you know, not to insult them, but they don't look rich. They just look normal.
Yeah.
And they're just hanging on to this, no doubt, extremely valuable property that's been in the family for ages.
I'd hang on to it too.
But it's so surreal coming in here at nights sometimes, and there's some kids hanging out in the parks, just like goofing off, maybe lighting off fireworks, and there's a dude inside this house just making dinner.
Yeah, you can smell his dinner.
Main cross. Oh, look, it's bike the path day. They've shut down cars. Well, that's a lot of people here. Let's walk on this side.
Ooh, okay.